Hello and welcome everyone back to Danganronpa, as I forgot to change the title. Oh well. Danganronpa 2, as I dropped my controller, as you had, you know, doing well. Doing well. How's everyone doing this evening as we get everything all set? Oh goodness. There we go. There we go. But yes, we are in our... I only just realized, like, all right, it is October. I got to get the spooky music going and all that. So we're excited for 1,000 Year Door. So let's get some Twilight Town music in there. Yeah, we are almost into chapter 6 of Danganronpa 2. Getting close to the end. Tuxbang, thank you very much for the Prime subscription, saying, hey, what's up, folks? Happy Sunday. Well, thank you so much for choosing me for your Prime subscription. I really do appreciate it, Tuxbang, and hope you're doing well. But yes, Spooky Month is going to be a little different this year just because we are so packed. But yeah, we'll just, we'll just see what we can do here. We're going to be jumping right into Nier Automata after we finish Danganronpa 2, but Danganronpa is kind of spooky, kinda. And Zach and Wiki were still kind of in the Halloween-ish area. We'll see what we can do to manage it. Klexon with 100 bits saying, a friend of mine said he was streaming Ogre 4. OGRE4. I thought he meant Shrek. No, he just meant Resident Evil. Squeamish around those games. There you go. Pirates, great for Halloween. That's true. That's true. But yeah, in the last, Smash Man, thank you very much for the 100 bits, saying, loved your 10 Nintendo franchises missing from the Switch video. Left some comments there, including some franchises you didn't include in the video. I mean, there's only 10 spots, of course. I can't put them all out there. But yeah, glad you enjoyed the Star Tropics video and going to try to play F-Zero X with me. Cool. Eggdrill's curious what Amy's going to choose for her next game. She should be close. I don't even think she fully knows yet, so we'll have to see what she ends up picking. As for where we were at for Danganronpa 2, we haven't quite reached chapter 6 yet because we're in the post-trial section where Chiaki was the traitor and Nagito set her up to kill him. So yeah, she got killed as the murderer. However, we just saw her and there seems to be a lot of glitches happening, and there's glitches for all the people that are dead, and as when we checked out their doors, it's very weird. So I don't know what we're in for. I had a thought, I mentioned this last time, I had a thought that we were because there's some glitchy stuff in the beginning there. It's like, is this just a program? But then nothing happened throughout it. And now it seems to be back. So it's like, what's up with that? Also, one other thing before I forget about this. Technically, Amy is 5 for 5. With her predictions on who the killer is and who gets, and who dies. She said that Nagito would kill Chiaki, and technically Chiaki killed Nagito, but I feel like it's more like Nagito killed Chiaki with the way he set her up. So I'm going to count that as a win. Oh, our thing's hatching, I think. 4.5 out of 5. There we go. I'll take it, DGC. Thank you very much for that Prime subscription. Very much appreciated. There we go. We got our new rabbit. But I do appreciate that, DGC. Thank you for picking me for your Prime subscription. Yeah, this is a tad suspicious. Everything's fixed. Unless Monokuma did it. I wondered about that. There's the laptop. Yeah. Hey, you're late. Oh, Claxond, thank you very much for those 5 gift subs. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Going to Kenda Queen. Oh gosh, I'm missing it. Nunu, Polyglot, Caslo, and Arcwing. Thank you so much. And Eggro with 100 bits saying, one last Turtles quote. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Man, I love being a turtle. How beautiful. And hey, we hit a level 2 hype train with all that too. Holy crap, thank you so much. Oh, you did not mean to send that as your sub anniversary message? Eh, it works. It works. Here we go. Is it true? Nagito really left another message? Kneel before Miss Sonia and thank her. She was the one who found it. I was going for a walk with Gundam's hamster, and I found it when I stopped by the factory. Okay, she is taking care of the hamsters.
Listen well.
Well, hi, Gundam? A coincidence, you say? Wrong! That is the will of causality guiding you.
Huh?
Why would Miss Sonia be going for a walk with Gundam? I never allowed that.
Damn right.
So, anyway, let's hurry up and play it. Yeah, you're right. What the hell is happening? I wonder who's watching this message. Oh, here we go. Is it the traitor from the Future Foundation? If so, congratulations. Looks like it ended the way I hoped it would. And the way he hoped it would.
Damn it.
Nagito was trying to kill everyone except the traitor. Damn it, it was just as Monokuma said.
Hey.
So he really set up the traitor as the killer and he even tried to make them survive the trial? But why would he do that? Enough with your useless talk. It appears there's still more. Hi, Byakuya. Fake. Nagito, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Suggestion for the follow-up to the 10 franchises still missing? 10 Nintendo games that deserves a sequel? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. Oh, did I accidentally call you Nagito? Sorry, Miss Mashmat. But if everyone but the traitor is watching this video, then unfortunately I guess I lost. That outcome is the complete opposite of the hope I believe in. Well, not that it matters for me anymore. I mean, no matter what the outcome is, it doesn't matter for a dropout like me. Now then, let's put this meaningless introduction aside and get down to business. Since I don't know who I'm talking to, I'm going to speak so that both sides will understand. First of all, you might be wondering why I did what I did. Well, I just took action after talking about it for so long. The special prize in the final dead room allowed me to learn a certain truth. It would be troublesome if everyone found out, so I already disposed of that page. But anyway, I was totally surprised. I mean... Oh, thanks. Kinda wanted to know what that was. No, it's not a stealth disc. Oh, congrats on once again, congrats on beating Sonic Frontiers, Oscar, and yeah, next week is your birthday. Happy early birthday. The Future Foundation's traitor must have known that truth all along. And so I was able to learn the truth about this world and resolved to take action immediately. I shouldn't have made fun of Hajime. Deep down, I always wanted to become a protagonist myself. What the hell? Check the web. But now that I know that truth, as I look back on Monokuma's actions, I'm starting to see what he's planning. By giving us information about the island's mystery in the Future Foundation, he's raising all your hopes, but only so he can lead you to unimaginable despair. Plus, Monokuma is trying to show that despair to someone. Perhaps that someone is... That's annoying. How's the sound levels, by the way? Error. Jeez, what a hopeless truth. Who is Monokuma's true identity? How could they come up with a plan like that? Sound level's good? Okay.
Now then.
But that's enough reflecting on the past. Let's talk about the future now. If you want to escape Monokuma's plan, there's a specific place you need to go to. The key to enter that place is that message you found at Nozumi Castle.
Well...
Normally, you'd need to follow a bunch of steps to enter that place. But since that message gets rid of those steps, you can think of it as an Easter egg or something. It was probably left by someone other than Monokuma or Monami. But that has nothing to do with me. Oh, thank you so much for that hype train. 7 gift subs and 400 bits. Thank you so much. But that has nothing to do with me. You guys still think you're not gonna die or something. Stop it, stop it. Don't stop. I had to hide this until my plan came to an end, but I guess now's a nice time to announce it, right? So then I'll announce the password. 11037. That is the password that was written in the Zumi Castle. You have to use that to enter that specific place. That's the only way you can escape Monokuma. I feel like I've been talking forever, but that's all for me. With this, my duty is finished. I believe my actions will become the foundation of this world's hope. And if that really happens, praise me. Tell others what I've accomplished. Erect a bronze statue of me. Respect me.
Please call me the ultimate hope.
Yeah, no. Not happening. This was Nagito's final message. Let's see. Let me just check something real quick. That 110037 number. Here we go. That's what I wanted to do. That Nagito said was the password. Hi, Mahiro. There's no mistaking it. That's the password to enter that ancient ruin.
Hey.
You better hurry, I think. Let's go before the countdown reaches 0. You're right. Let's go. Hajime, I think you're losing your mind.
There's something wrong with
That
you.
bastard Nagito. He was screwed up till the very end. What was that praise me crap?
Of course not.
After all the crap he put us through, there's no way we'd ever do that. Alright, looks like it's finally my turn. I'll punch Monokuma so hard he'll go flying around the world. As long as Coach Nekomaru and me are here, we won't lose. Just leave it to us.
Damn
Nope.
right.
Looks like the others have left already. We should go too. What, are you scared now? Of course not. Let's crush Monokuma's plan. You're right. There's nothing to worry about since everyone's here.
Easy as pie.
Now then, let us make haste to the ancient ruin. As long as we work together, we will not lose to Monokuma or anyone else. Oh, Smash Matt, thank you very much for the gift sub going to Zacian. We're not alone. We're always together, you know? Oh boy. Well. Oh, I have to walk. Now's not the time to relax. I need to hurry to the ancient ruin on the second island. Snowing? What in the world? You know, a lot of mileage out of the arrow tonight? No kidding. Somehow, it is quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Is it really safe to go inside? What's going to be in there?
You are a boy, right?
It's so unreliable to be freaked out like that. You're a man, aren't you? There's also that countdown. There's no time to stand around.
I'm gonna do it!
Damn right, it's our last chance to get inside. I'm starting to feel nauseous from the thrills, the chills, the kills.
Thanks for the food.
Ah, if you're gonna let it out, why not do it in the Tupperware I keep with me? What the heck?
Dumbass.
Hey, now's not the time to fool around.
New master for you, Hiko.
It's gonna be alright. You don't have to worry. I will protect my young master. Now then, let's go forward together. The hell? Don't treat me like a kid.
This is your leader's.
Believe that hope lies beyond this point. That is your leader's order. What was that? I told her that you only understand piggy talk. I said, you're so cool in piggy talk.
In the name of my family.
I'm going to kill you.
Hajime.
Hajime, the password, please. Yeah, I know. What in the world? 11037, right? There's no need for you to worry. The only thing beyond this point is a shining future. Now then, let's open the door to the future. What in the world are we in for? Beyond this door, the future is waiting. A sparkling future. Now then, let's move forward. Okay. It looks like the class trial.
Is this a trial ground? But why am I at a trial ground?
It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before.
By the way,
Huh?
where did everyone go?
Everyone?
What the? What? Something's wrong. What did I do? No, that's not it. I'm not the weird one. What's really weird is... What the heck? This world? Oh. Time's up. Stage clear. So are we in a computer program or a video game? God, that's freaky. Jeez. Yay! I got the gamer's backpack. Alright. Oh, excuse me, not Chapter 6. Chapter 0. Heading to the school trip. Sounds like we're on a boat. Klaxon with 100 bits saying, perfect way to start off spooky month, huh? Yeah, no kidding. It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular, but when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me, it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun, so I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent. Detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. How boring. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Ah, that's right, that's it. So this is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that thin skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who are already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Komaeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent. Boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly, that's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Eggroll with 200 bits. Thank you so much. Saying, watch Castlevania Nocturne. Amy should request Bluey the game, and I'm claiming death. Well, there you go. I've only watched the first episode. I'll eventually get to the other 7. And there you go, Amy. We can play Bluey. Yeah, there you go. Possess. Huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us? Ah, but that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. Ah, sorry, I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, this world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Perhaps, does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right? Listen well, using people is a talent too. It is now my turn to use that person just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about the ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already... I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me, even now it rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Whoa. What's with his fingernails? And the bandage. That reminds me of Mikon. What the heck? Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much? Hate? Then, explain your hand. Ah, this? The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I have successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. I see. So you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy, because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that, Wait, huh? Do I hate her? Huh, that's strange. Huh? Look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? Oh my gosh, do you see Makash? You know how the Grumps have that joke about Nagito talking to his hand like it has its own personality? Well, imagine the reaction when coming to this revelation. I am so looking forward to that. I do wonder if we're actually Chiaki right now. I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know because I am loved by talent. Or maybe this is Mahajime. No, I'm saying that we're Hajime, we're Chiaki right now, the mystery person. Since it would fit in with the traitor. Although, I don't know, we'll see what's up with Hajime. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Huh? Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There is no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? Huh. Who is this? Huh? What is this? It's a door. There's a door. Huh? A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Oh, it's a classroom. Is it like first day of school or something? Huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground, but then why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island?
Testing. Mic check 1, 2.
Oh boy.
This is the test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all.
Well, I'm getting flashbacks to the first game.
Please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy." But why would this place be Hope's Peak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Ah, that's familiar. What is this? In a normal classroom, there'd be a window, but instead, there's this iron plate bolted here. When I tried knocking on it with my fist, looks like it's a pretty thick iron plate. Is this to keep us trapped? What the heck? This place where iron plates are covering the windows inside the classrooms. Is it really Hope's Peak Academy? This is a surveillance camera. Why would there be a surveillance camera inside the school? I wonder, does this have the same purpose of the surveillance cameras on Jabberwock Island? If so, who's watching us? Is it whoever's controlling Monokuma? This clock doesn't have any hands. A clock without hands is meaningless. Why would something like this be in a classroom? Does this monitor serve the same purpose as the monitors on the island? If so, this would be under Monokuma's supervision, right? Is this place really Hope's Peak Academy? Damn it, what's going on? Also, I just noticed something.
No.
Glitchy Monokuma. Feels freakier on the Steam version. Oh yeah, with it being on the computer. I mean, originally it was on the PSP, so there is that. Clock without hands, let's face it. Wow. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least, it doesn't look like a normal high school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the funhouse. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go, and definitely clear things up. Yep, this feels familiar. Spare hotel. Yep, this is the first floor, all right. AV room with a strange symbol. The store. Attempt at the exit. Nurse's office. The way to the second floor. And the gym. We're using assets the right way? No kidding. The gymnasium is here, right? All right, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I brace myself and cautiously open the door. Chapter 6. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. The 556 with 100 bits. Thank you so much. Ever had a game glitch out on you? Not to the degree that this is supposing. Fortunately, it hasn't happened like to any major degree like that. Been a little glitchy, but nothing too terrible. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo,
You heard the announcement and came here too. Came here too? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said that this place was Hope Speak Academy or something?
that is...
That cannot be possible.
Well,
You're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible. Hello. How does it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy? You. Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time? What a shock. I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy. There's no way in hell that's true. Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway. What's left of it? Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin. You were serious about that? I don't believe it. But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean? Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic. Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone? Enough with this bullshit, just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words,
It means I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruins. What do you mean between? What do you mean made?
what's this?
Oh my, are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam. Then what is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. Oh, okay. Thank you, Fa56. Check for the hidden Monokuma in the gym, but if you go out, I can't go back. Thank you. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
are you sure?
But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh? We're obviously going to get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
No.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast?
Hey,
Meaning, you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is going to hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. Is he talking about the original survivors? And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey!
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How'd we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope's Peak Academy? This... Excuse me. Excuse me. This is the Hope's Peak Academy that I've been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? Oh my God, Klaxon! Holy crap! That is unbelievable. Saying with 11,037 bits, I spent a lot of this for this gag, so I might as well tell you a story. Presenting Monoclaxon Theater. There was once a man who told me he had no feelings, no hope, no despair, no happiness, no sadness, nothing. Because of that, he never had an expression on his face. But even a person like that has a use. He was a very good liar. Huh. I wonder what that means. You have me intrigued, Klaxon, for sure, but also extremely appreciative because holy crap. Must be the most expensive joke I've ever seen. There must be something coming up to explain that. I'm curious. Myrena's death was short-lived. Yeah, seems like it, Eggroll. That was a random joke. It doesn't mean anything. Okay. It sounds like something Monokuma would say, so I thought it would be like, what's going on there? There once was a man who told me he had no feelings, no hope, no despair, no happiness, no sadness, nothing. Because of that, he never had an expression on his face. But even a person like that has a use. He was a very good liar. I guess that's a good point. Whew. That's unbelievable, Klaxon. Like, thank you. Like, seriously. The ultimate bluff. It was Monoclaxon Theater, that is true. Oh my God. What is... Now I'm curious here. Whoops. Was this your request, Klaxon? I can't remember offhand. I'm pretty sure it was. And your next one is Trails of Cold Steel. Okay, they just requested Trails of Cold Steel. Okay. Okay, Trails of Cold Steel was your first request. Whew. That's wild. The crazy thing is, Klaxon, there's mad respect for this, by the way, just to go for that joke and whatever with all that, because let me see here. Not quite to the same amount, but you got close to topping Eggroll during the entire subathon, which is crazy. So you theoretically could have moved Trails of Cold Steel higher during the subathon by doing that. Yeah, I only have the first half of the subathon, but yeah, he was 13,600. So yeah, probably got the same deal you did. Maybe, I don't know, but it's still impressive. So seriously, thank you. Oh, you didn't realize that was a thing? Yeah, the top bit person during the TMNT subathon could move their game request to the front of the line. Both the winner of the most subs given and the most bits given. So, yeah. Don't feel bad because your Eggroll still beat you, but yeah, it just made me think of that. It's like, wow. What in the world is going on indeed? Like, my God. Jeez. Damn it. Why is this happening? Why? That's new art. I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard.
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's going to be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey.
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not the World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma?
However...
However, the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even if they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma's telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're going to get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been? Alright, I'm going to do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like...
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something. About Hope's Peak Academy. About ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope's Peak Academy, none of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey!
So what are we going to do? Can we start already? Well, what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building? Even so, I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. Careful there, Akane. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now. Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However...
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at a green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez.
Akane already took off on her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, there's no more killing. We don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the
Oh
gymnasium.
my.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia, please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's going to end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual, peaceful, everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope, even though I don't understand and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Oh, this is from the first game, isn't it? Pretty sure this is the first game.
I knew you could do it.
200 bits from Claxon. Also, since I feel the joke went past you, who could blame you with the amount of shock? The joke is that the man who was most likely... The joke is the man who was most likely lying about not feeling anything. I wonder if that was sort of it. Didn't even think about that. I was just sort of like, oh my gosh. Honestly, it really did feel like you were just giving a clue. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. Yeah, my mind is kind of breaking at the moment, but I'm not going to fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it, is there? No? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? Okay, we're going to get truncated views of all the floors, it looks like. I guess we'll go down here first. That doesn't seem right. This is freaky. Can't go in there. Okay, we do have the dojo at least. Oh yeah, I remember this place. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. The monitor. It's armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect the Japanese dojo? What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor, and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent. It is also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with the research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy is now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. I gotta take a drink. Because there's a lot going on. Excuse me. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Oh. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga. The tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? What a great story, right? So enthralling. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it would just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you're here again. The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you want me to say?
By the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience traumas, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student. Damn it, what the heck? Oh, we got some truth bullets. Yeesh. This cherry tree is in full bloom. It may be a tasteful sight to see a blooming cherry tree inside a dojo, but in this situation, it just looks bizarre. That target seems pretty far away. If the production team had more time, there could have been a minigame here. Wait, what am I saying? The cherry tree is proudly displaying its full blossoms. The falling petals add to the elegance of the scene. If Yoko and Pekka were here, it would have looked truly picturesque. For their sakes as well, I will definitely go home. Something odd is going on for sure. There's a straw post. I guess that means it was used for training. There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional looking woodblock key sticking out of them. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. And no sign of Monokuma. Alright, let's head out. We are definitely breaking the fourth wall. Oh. Hey, Kazuichi.
What's going on?
This hallway, it's kind of creepy. I want to say there's a hidden Monokuma coming up that's in a real jerkish location. I think it's in a hallway. Oh, that is jerkish. I can't go to places I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. You don't say. Well. Guess not this way. What if another room opened up after completing the dojo? Aha, yep, that's exactly it. 5A. Oh, I can use a map? Oh, I didn't realize that, Karagosa. Thank you. Hidden Monokumas are only in rooms rather than in the maps. This one should be unlocked after visiting this room. Okay, nothing different. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Huh. Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. I don't know if I recognize that name. Izuru. I don't remember that one. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. First time hearing it? Okay. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent to the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. What if that's who Nagito was talking to at the beginning? Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. Oh, we're actually getting details on how, what's her name, pulled this off. That's wild. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa 0. Junko, that's it. Junko's who I was thinking of. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony. For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd give me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said that Reserve Corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Azuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Danganronpa Zero actually exists? Really? Wow. Color me surprised. Still can't go in there. Once I go into the next room, check everything else except for before the manga. Got it. The bio lab. We remember this place. Klaxon with another 100 bits. My God, you're so generous tonight. Speaking of, are you going to read Danganronpa Zero's unofficial translation? It's mostly unnecessary, but it does add some to the world. Unfortunately, no official translation, and the unofficial one is hard to find. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. Huh. Oh yeah, I always forget to open up the map. But that's alright. I don't know. Maybe. What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand here still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. This is a surveillance camera. Why would there be a surveillance camera inside the school? Same as before. Ah, yes, our tarps. This looks like a plastic tarp. Why is it left out like this? Clean up that for yourselves, will you? Does this monitor serve? Yep. Up. There he is. That's 3 of them. Even with the unofficial translation, isn't it like 200 plus pages? Holy crap. I've seen this in movies before. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like, but that's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. This idea should have been canceled during development or something. Huh? What am I thinking? Gotta love the developers critiquing their own decisions. Zacian, less than 110k until your second request. That's exciting. I don't know if you're one of the ones that actually knows what they want to request. There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is The Biggest... Yeah, that one. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. Hey Dad Alpha Lion, how's it going? Creepy. Ah, I gotta be waiting for Persona 3 Reload to request that. Okay. I mean, with as much of a... To make sure you're farther into, up the list, you might want to just request it right away, because by the time I get to it, it will definitely be out, Zacian. So you can request a game that's about to come out if we know about it. If, we're sure that it's going to be out by the time I get to it. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. We could request Metroid Prime 4, it would be out in time, right? I mean, I guess technically true. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then, it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. Claxons, I originally wanted to request Persona 3 Portable with FemC, but Derek vetoed that. He was playing Persona 3 FS at the time. Now, the difference between FemC is there are not a ton of differences. It feels like Reload is a very different game. You know? There's a lot of differences there, and it might be, like, significantly better. If the FemC was in it, I'd absolutely pick that one. Play as her, though. It's a shame she's not. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world. A war raged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope Speak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Bless you. That's all right. Oh yeah, it's completely possible that FemC could be added to Reload by the time I get to it. A group called Ultimate Despair. Amy's allergic to despair. That is true. Instead of using Hope Speak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they use them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough, what is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible. How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys out so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, we have read this already. Worried about will we okay in the outside world, that's why I'm thinking about telling you about the outside world, whether you want to leave or not. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world so we'll want to stay on this island. but there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope, just like now. Perhaps, no, that's definitely it. There we go. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit, I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Yeah, oh, I guarantee they definitely fixed not being able to control the characters. I know that for a fact. But the thing that helps, and you know, Portable also fixed that. But the thing that helps Reload is that there's new scenarios, new activities, new interactions, new voice acting to enjoy. So, you know, it's a very much a new experience. So where should I go next? All right, let's actually take a look at the map. Oh, never mind. We can't look at the map. We still haven't run into Fuyuhiko or Akane yet. Alright, we can access 5B now. Might as well. There's an alternative map? Oh, there's Fuyuhiko. No, I should ignore it. Just pretend I don't see him. Is there another Monokuma around here? The buy-in plates, the surveillance, the clock, the monitor. Yep, just these two.
Jeez.
Yeah, new battle mechanics and music, so a lot of new stuff to enjoy. When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way, so I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do it either. Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about Ultimate Despair. Huh? Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl?
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima.
Hey,
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group.
don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some screwed up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. Oh, good night, Cat Evie. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat? Then what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Inishima's despair. Huh? For Junko Inishima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inishima as Junko Inishima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Inishima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inishima. Like believers making offerings to their god, like a mother providing food to her children, they dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Inishima's name. For example, they killed their family and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? So, question. Is that the reason, I'm blanking on her name, Mikan. Is that the reason Mikan was bandaged up? It wasn't that she was clumsy, it was just because of the mutilation? Muppy Pups, thank you so much for that follow, really do appreciate it. No, I don't want to answer, that's just a theory of mine. 7th Ouroboros. Oh, okay, it's no. Oh well, no worries. Hey Muppy, thanks for following. We are in the 6th chapter of Danganronpa too, and it's been wild. Final days?
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Oh, she always had those nurse bandages. Alright. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide? All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded? Huh? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Inishima? Doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko Inishima is already dead. Huh? How's he know that? How do you know that, Fuyuhiko? Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Inishima is really dead? What? You didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Inishima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Inishima is dead.
like...
It turns out that the killing school life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit of being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
So,
Yeah, the same bloody classroom from Danganronpa 1. I'm pretty sure that's the same one. The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. I gotta take a drink. Lots of talking. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this really is an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna
Oh
do?
well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that?
Ooh, how
One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again.
well now.
Hajime, watch the anime. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. I don't really need you. Alright. It's a former Ultimate Despair. Security Despair. Bring with you.
What?
This. Okay. I thought we had to team more with him. Alright, so alright. Nothing here. Alright, let's leave. Up. Now we're on the 4th floor. Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised like with something like this. Ah, yes. There's our map. Akane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So,
I don't know. It's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Let's see. Oh yeah, the headmaster's room is back here. Cut off though. Okay. I guess we'll head into the music room first. Actually, yeah, music room first. Minimaru's got knows when to shit. This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. We getting all Xenoblade in here? Is that the Zohar? It's a very nice looking grand piano. It might be very valuable. Ibuki might have been able to play this. I don't see any sign of a Monokuma. What is this? Words are floating in the air? This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there were a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Enoshima rallying them. In a worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. What the heck? Okay. Other room should have the hidden Monokuma. Good to know. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students? Is that about us? Including Chiaki, who is part of the Future Foundation. Excuse me. There were definitely 15 of us, but... Klaxon with 200 bits, thank you so much, saying when I first played this game, I was suspicious of Hajime Hinata and Akane Iwari since Hajimaru, another conjugation of the same root, means to begin and Iwari means end. Nothing came of it, but interesting trivia. Huh. That is interesting. I would not have known that. What does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Well, let's look at the monument. Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Oh. They're a World Ender because they're trying to end Junko's world. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed that the Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. If that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Ken Hoshiko, thank you very much for the first time chat, saying, Monokuma? Lie? That doesn't sound right. Nah, not at all. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Enoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. Is there really a research facility on this island? There should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Huh. Very interesting. Can't get into the Monokuma control room. either of those classrooms. If I had to guess, the headmaster's room is probably open. Why not? Ah, here we go. Teacher's lounge. This feels different from a classroom. Look at, there's all of our names in the background. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, and Chiaki's not on there. Oh wait, no, she is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Who's missing from there? No, Hajime's the top one. Mikan's there. Buki's there. Bahiru, Kane, Sonia, Peko. Wait, is it Nagato? Yeah, Nagato's there. Gundam? Nope, Gundam's there. You guys can't even read it? Hyoko. Hyoko's the one missing. Why is Hyoko the one left out? Huh. This feels different from a classroom.
Maybe.
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy going to be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Well, there's our fourth Monokuma, just one more to find.
Are you serious?
A lot of monocoins to spend. Okay, we'll just go right to left, I guess. Oh wait, there's Hyoko with clipping. So Hyoko is on there, okay. So all 16. Anyway, let's talk to Soda first. At least it's not the original PSP's version resolution. I guess that's true.
I mean,
What if something happens to me when Miss Sonia isn't looking? This guy is so useless sometimes, right? Why is this guy still around? There were letters floating in the air like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Enoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is in order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess it's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Let's take a look at the flowers. Flowers on top of the desk? Plus that looks strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? Why does Hyoko look so much older? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large red letters. Just below that are names I've seen before. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says Hope's Peak Academy founder Izuru Kamakura? The hell? The founder of Hope's Peak Academy, and this name is Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. What the hell? There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Saionji is written there. What is this newspaper? Yeah, it is an older Hiyoko. What the hell? What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Saionji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper, yeah, I remember the picture in the funhouse. I can't remember if it was, that had showed the name or not. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? Huh? This lady looks pretty mature. She Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Saionji here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name. That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister? Well, it's not like it was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saionji family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? There's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not.
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
today,
Well, regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth? If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper did not see that one coming. Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey.
Even Monica was like, yeah, I'll just straight up say it. So does a moron. Yep. Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
It better not have anything to do with time travel. Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage. Next stage? Damn it, not again. The hallway is different from the last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway than the last. But how can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. Third floor. Working our way down as we find more and more clues. Nothing there. Kazuichi got married and got his PhD. He's now Dr. Kazuichi Pepper. Wow. Not there either. Oh, it's marked white if you can go into it. I just realized that. Okay, that's handy. The rec room. Klaxon with 100 bits once again. Oh my gosh. Was I the only one who felt betrayed thinking Kazuichi was turning over a new leaf when he made Mini Maru? Kinda. I mean, I didn't have that much hope for Kazuichi, let's be honest. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. This hologram again. What's this one say? It looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others. So we've decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Huh. It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were they forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. Oh, Cookie Ray, thank you very much for the follow. Really do appreciate it. What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
no.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. Did she even corrupt Ozuru? Is that what this is implying? Holy crap. I mean, that would explain why he killed 15. There's a dartboard, but this is still a school, right? Or did Monokuma just randomly make up this place? There's a lot of different magazines here. Fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, sports, computer, travel. There's even a magazine about cameras. Hiru would have been happy to see this. It's a nice, firm-looking leather sofa. It looks like it'd be comfortable for anyone to sleep on. Well, down to the file. It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy's seal on it. It says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously, Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word True Hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? Huh. Who says you can't have a dartboard at school? I guess that's true. Alright, that's it for this one. Oh! Cool. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so... What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. 2 places open this time. God, that's not freaky. So we got the library. And this room that'll be unlocked. Huh. Excuse me. Nope, gave her despair. Oh well. Doesn't matter. On PSP you can flip the screen. I guess that's true. Ah, yes, the library. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I don't see Monokuma in this room. This hologram again. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Oh my gosh. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Theory! Theory time! The 15 of us... The 15 of us were the remnants of despair. Again, do not tell me if I'm right or not, but this is just a theory for this whole thing. We're the remnants of despair. And rather than kill us like the Future Foundation wanted, Makoto and them decided that no, if they go through the same experience that we did with the whole killing game, it'll break the despair and reveal the hope. That's my idea for why they're going against things right now and not going with the Future Foundation. They're trying to redeem us. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? That's pretty much it. Yeah, do not answer that question. It's just my grand theory. To be or not to be? Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. Where are you? Aha! Gotcha. There it is. There's the trophy. Found every single one. About time. And only one thing to look at. There's a magazine for Junko. This looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power's on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Hey, Jacob. Neo World program. This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, Ultimate Neurologist, and Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program allows its subject to experience a synthetic virtual world. I think the more I'm reading this, the more I think I'm right. Additionally, the Neo World program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Aha! Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Hey Horizon. This laundry room has more machines than my entire college dorm. That sounds about right. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything had been everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up? Including me too? Oh, Horizon, I'm so glad you're enjoying the playthrough series as well. Yeah, I've been doing my best to do as many new people as I can. Eventually, we will have repeats. It'll happen. Later, Claxon, thank you so much for all your generosity. Like, seriously, I cannot thank you enough for that. You have a great night, and yeah, you definitely take care. Thank you so much.
Hiya!
Hey, how you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it. Who are we trying to save? This hallway. Are we acting like we're actually still Makoto? Is that the thing? Is like we're Makoto controlling Hajime or something like that? I don't know. This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... God, the wireframes. This kind of hurts my eyes. Oh, hey, Sonia.
Well?
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Huh? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine that you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions. If the real brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden? Huh?
Oh my.
Huh? I am not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck? Classroom first. Hi, Monokuma. The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. Oh boy. Body cannot live without the mind. DGC. So what happens if you get a repeat on NSO Club? You just spin again? Oh, yeah. Anytime I get a game on the game club, I remove it from the list. It is no longer part of the randomizer, just to ensure we always get something new. Just the big object. Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is it? In a moment I looked at that object. That's a lot of binary. Oh! Oh, holy crap, it's, Oh, I'm blanking on the name. Oh, they were awesome. They were awesome in the last one. They saved our asses in the last one. Chihiro, that's it. Thank you, Louis Dragoon. Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. A person? A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I am simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. You can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program? I am the master program behind the Neo World program. Not sure how I feel about having not female next to Chihiro during all this, but it is what it is. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Oh, hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it, it's that feeling from earlier again. This floating like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet or the ground, like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World program? The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program. Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that? Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage, I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people, along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the Observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. Holy crap. So that was Monami and... Jeez. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contain my authority to build the world. It was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one. That's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? There is so many things popping right now. But what's that mean for the people on the outside of this virtual world? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility, and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who could enter the facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything else is a lie? Huh. But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it, but I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as In order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Hey,
Okay. Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're going to say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the defluxation of the definition of the existence on the constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm changes results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the ownership of the world in the situation of the context invites your death, 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 death. Oh my god. What the hell? Hey. Freaky. Oh, hi Makoto. What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. It looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I wasn't sure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037. That's the number we found at Nezubi Castle. The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Wow! So that whole thing at the beginning with frickin' Monami, not even Monami, but I can't remember her original name, Usami, was real. Not a good password? Nah, you're not wrong. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. I don't remember that at all. I think that's definitely the final chapter of the original game, but I can't remember it exactly. Huh. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. Leon? Oh my god, it is Leon's dying message. Oh, it's his best friend, of course. I didn't even wow. That's cool. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario where an observer who has the role of a teacher goes rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Ah, crap. So it's a Monokuma virus, not an actual person controlling Monokuma. Huh.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now? Nothing, really. I see.
Anyway.
Oh, well. Anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon. A very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings, too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless, too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? Sheesh. Later, egg roll. Take care. That's that for that place. Time for the final exam.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
556 with 100 bits. Thank you so much. Saying, while the 11037 number was left by Makoto's friend, basically every player now relates it to Leon. It's become a long-standing meme. Ah, I see. I don't think about Leon that much.
It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope Speak Academy.
Hey, Jason Rocks.
See you soon.
A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I need to just focus on that. All right. He means this red door, right? Do I just have to go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? Oh, jeez. Getting all vib-ribbon in here. Gotta say, they went clever for the visuals in this place, that's for sure. Huh? This place.
Yo.
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
Seems that this is going to be the final place. However, this place is... Is this a trial field? But why is it a trial field? Sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before. We've been here before, right? Yeah, this should be the place that the door at the ancient ruin leads to.
Hey,
Huh, it seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up until now.
damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very... So you finally arrived. Congratulations. You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island. You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before. This trial field is actually inspired the one from before. So in a way, this place is the original.
Hey.
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
Of course.
Of course, if that's what you guys decide. And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed.
There are two options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, you'll be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words.
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences. Then the result is based on our majority vote. If graduate is chosen by a majority vote, from there an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. I mean, if we do this stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this along. We can press it now, right?
No.
You can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't firmed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current? Shut up, who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your orifices are you using to spew bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know. What does that mean? It won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it.
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it.
Well.
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way.
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because that's how it has to be? It doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. Is this what alter ego was talking about?
Anyway.
Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you cast your majority votes, and from there we move on to the graduation program. But why do we even have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is, you said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time then. Who's the main cast? Oh, no need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys. There's no way it has nothing to do with us. We are the only ones who are involved, you know.
So annoying.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me off.
Hold on. What's with that chump comment? Not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
Won't forgive
How
you.
dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me. I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories. Oh boy. Well. Not much more we can do there. Hello, world. Whew, take a little break and have a drink first. Jeez. 11-year-old's lunch order? What the heck? Oh boy. Whew, that was a lot of talking. Holy crap. Alright. Class trial. What the heck are we in for?
I did did say I wanted you guys to know the outside world, but this is still a questionable starting topic. Let me ask you this. What is this world's true identity?
Huh? This world's true identity? What kind of question is that?
This world's true identity. If I answer this, it will be true. That lie will become the truth. But there's no way I can leave it unanswered. Virtual. We're making this easy. That's suspicious. Oh, shoot. Just need an L. L, please. Thank you. Take the L. Exactly.
This world. This Jabberwock Island we're on.
It's a virtual world that was inspired by the actual Jabberwock Island.
Hey!
So, this isn't the real world, but if you want, you can call it the game world. You get it? It's all just one big game.
Are you friggin' serious? Don't fucking mess with me, you bastard! Did you have us all come here just to tell us bullshit?
If this is a game, are my words being displayed in a text window right now?
That has to be a meme, right? Because that's kind of amazing.
That's stupid. There's no way that's even possible.
I know. The all-in-your-mind trope makes you feel such cruel despair. But who cares? I've revived all the suspense and mystery with just one line. 'Cause it's a game.
Then we were forced to kill each other.
'Cause it's a game.
A lot of crazy shit happened.
'Cause it's a game.
Oh,
We're the
God.
only people here.
'Cause it's a game.
Monokuma's nonsensical abilities.
'Cause it's a game.
That doesn't allow him to get rid of stuff.
Don't fuck with me! That's not even possible!
I know you guys are pissed, but you were having fun too, right? A world where anything goes only exists in games. So just force yourself to accept it. This closed space, this game world, was the true stage of this killing school trip.
Just stop. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna believe that.
Back in the day, people must have reacted the same way when they first saw the airplane take flight. But like wearing contact lenses, it'll stop feeling strange once you just get used to it.
I don't know if we want to use because it's a game as a stream raid tag, because that feels spoilerish if they, especially if they realize we're from Danganronpa. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. What do we feel about that? Would that feel? Oh yeah, Mechamaru was the first weird event. I guess that is true.
Please do not compare reality to contact lenses.
I mean,
It's a game, probably works a little bit better.
virtual world. What does that make?
I don't know.
You better not say we're fictional characters.
The Future Foundation created this world using a program called the Neo World Program. It's programmed to place the user in a virtual world by synchronizing directly with the user's brain, which means your body still exists in the real world. But right now, you're completely submerged in the game world. As if
So does
you're
that actually kill the
really
people in the real world too? Die in the game, you die for real?
Simply put, you're, not aviators, but
You mean avatar, right? An existence created in the game is a copy of the user's real body.
But we're not just regular avatars, right?
your avatars were constructed by removing a specific thing from your bodies in the real world.
What did you remove?
Our school memories.
I see.
What was removed from us was our school memories, right?
We're avatars that were created from our memories from before we entered the academy?
So that's why we don't have our memories of our lives at Hope's Peak Academy? Don't talk like that! Like we're made from memories of the past. Like we're avatars. Like this is a game world. How'd we end up talking about sci-fi crap? I'll never believe it!
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not sci-fi, it's a game!
This world is a virtual reality created by a computer program. We can't proceed if we don't accept it. Is believing him really the only thing we can do?
Is there any evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence!
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school. But your actual bodies in the real world are different. Though you have no memories of your time living your school life, your real bodies actually lived that life.
What game world? What avatar? I'm a human being with a real body!
This is a virtual world. We were created, avatars that were created for this world. I don't want to believe something like that, but
Is there any...
Reserve Department, by Reserve Corps students who took general entry exams. God, there's so much information. It's not that. It has to be Neo World Program.
evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence!
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school! But your actual body's in the though you have no memories of your time living your school life.
I'm not quite sure which one it's trying me to go for.
Crap! Is there any evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence!
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school! But your actual body, though you have no memories of your time living your school life, your real body's actually lived that life!
Crap! Is there any evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence!
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school!
Because I can get my health back.
But your actual though you have no memories of your time, your real body's actually lived that life!
What game world? What avatar? I'm a human being with a real body!
Crap!
This must not be it. I must be on something else.
Evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence!
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school! But your actual bodies in the real world are different. Though you have no memories of your time living your school life, your real body's actually lived that life!
What game world? What avatar? I'm a human being with a real body!
Is there
Killing
any...
school life, maybe? Nah, I don't think it's that one.
Evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence.
I know it's probably super obvious, but just something about it, this is really
Avatars
throwing me
made
for a
of
loop.
memories from before you entered the school. But your actual body's in the real world, though you have no memories of your time living your school life.
Crap! Is there any evidence that this is really a...
Evidence?
a game world?
You are the evidence.
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memory, but your actual body's, though you have no memories of your time living your school.
All right. Anything about no memories that would go against that? I don't think it's that one.
Life. Your real bodies actually lived that life.
What game world? What
Okay. I don't,
being with a real body.
I have no idea. Nothing here seems to connect with anything. Like, I'm looking over the truth bullets and I have no idea. A department populated by reserve course students who took general entrance exams in contrast to the main department which recruited ultimate level students. Established. It can't be that one. Killing school life with actually live that what life? I'll try Dan Alpha Lion's guess, but maybe you should take a clue. I don't know. I'm really mystified here, to be honest.
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school. But your actual bodies in the real world are different. Though you have no memories of your time living your school life.
Crap!
I think I picked the wrong one anyway.
Is there any evidence that...
You are the evidence.
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories, but your actual body, though you have no memories of your time living your school life, your real bodies actually lived that life.
What game world?
List of subjects.
I'm a human being with a real body!
Crap! Is there any evidence that this is really a game world?
You are the evidence.
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school. But your actual bodies in the real world are different.
Let me read all of the list of subjects. Everyone's names are written under this list of subjects. The list is written on a clipped newspaper article. Maybe the newspaper article aspect of it?
No memories of your time living your school life.
Right, I screwed that one up before.
Is there any evidence that this is really...
You are the evidence.
What does that mean?
Your avatar's made of memories, but your actual bodies in the real world are different. Though you have no memories of your time living your school life, your real bodies actually lived that life.
That must be it.
because of the Hiyoko being older. That's okay. That was the connection I wasn't making.
I found this strange newspaper clipping.
I thought they just reverted her. It's just me not understanding what they wanted out of the Hiyoko clipping. Oh, jeez. Whew. That was rough. I'm sorry.
But she looked more like an adult than the Hiyoko we knew.
Like an adult? What does that mean?
Since we're avatars right now, we look exactly as we did before we entered the school. But in the real world, we've already lived out our school lives. Which means we've grown that much older. And among us, some age so much we didn't recognize them.
I mean, I guess that's a good way to explain why they didn't look. They don't look any older despite having the school life go by in this game, compared to the first game being like, they just look the same.
And you were saying that happened to Hiyoko?
It appears Hiyoko had a growth spurt during the school year. Looks like the other shorty graduated for you, Hiko.
I can't believe that. You're just making shit up.
But if you guys only had memory loss, your body still should have grown during that time, right? So you should have felt your bodies go through growth spurts. But why didn't you guys recognize each other?
Because we did not know each other before we lost our memories.
If we all met after we lost our school memories, it's no different than meeting each other for the first time. Since we didn't know each other before that, we wouldn't have noticed how much we've all grown.
No, hold on. If we didn't know each other before and we wouldn't have known if we aged or not by looking at each other, then wouldn't he have noticed a difference? Thank you, Fa56, for just sort of clarifying that. Who knew someone before the game? It's like, right,
You knew
Peko.
for a long time, right?
That was the part. It's like that's the only little push I needed. It's like, wait, what was it? What were they asking?
Yeah, now that you mention it, seems weird. No, now that I think about it, it's definitely strange.
Strange? What is?
Our school memories. About how many days' worth were taken away.
As the creators of the Neo World program, only the Future Foundation would know the details, but around 2 or 3 years worth, I assume.
That long? Peko and I have seen each other almost every single day of our lives. If we lost 2 years worth of memories, we would have noticed that we were older than we remembered.
So, does that mean our memory loss is another one of Monokuma's lies?
Your refusal to accept your mutual memory loss is why you can't notice all the important parts. You've lost your memories, end of story. You guys are avatars who had their memories taken from them.
This is a virtual world, and we're virtual avatars. Are you saying we just have to accept that?
I can feel my heartbeat, and I know what I smell like. So what do you call these things I'm feeling? Are you saying these are all lies?
Just because it's a game doesn't mean everything was a lie. Have you heard that when you're hypnotized to believe you've been burned, a burn mark will really appear?
So if our brains believe something is real, it's no different than if it actually happened?
Now that you mention it, I did hear about a phenomenon quite similar to that. In a distant country, there was a certain experiment carried out on one of their prisoners. The prisoner was blindfolded, strapped to a bed, and had small wounds applied to his toes to drain his blood. That prisoner was left alone in the experiment room, as the sound of dripping blood echoed throughout the room. But in fact, his blood was not being drained. He was just forced to listen to the sound of dripping water, but he believed he was bleeding to death.
That's messed up.
However, in spite of that, the prisoner still died.
As expected of Miss Sonia. Your knowledge of state-sanctioned torture is amazing.
Hey, Chris Truck, your knowledge of state-sanctioned torture. Wow, that's certainly a
If a
line.
lie is a believable lie, you're saying it might become the truth? we're really just connected to machines and stuff. And our consciousness was uploaded into here. So we genuinely believe that this game world was real.
Then the Jabberwock Island we've been living on.
Of course, that's also a virtual world. That sea, that beach, the buildings, everything. It's all a virtual world created by the Neo World program. It's just like this space we're in right now. What we see before us is a virtual environment created by the program.
Jeez.
It looks real because our brains think it's real.
That's why, in the end, it was all just a creation. That's the truth. Oh, wow. Change of scenery. The truth is it was all a lie. That is this world's truth.
If everything's a lie, then what should we believe?
Who cares if it's a lie?
Hey, what are you getting at?
I mean, if this is really a game world, everything that happened here took place inside the game, right?
Then that must mean...
That's right. The killings we were forced to commit were part of some silly game. Everyone who was killed should still be alive in the real world.
I doubt that's the case.
Yeah. Just because they died in the virtual world doesn't mean they died in real life. So you are saying everyone is still alive?
Yeah, that's it. Isn't that right, Monokuma? What's so funny?
If a lie is a believable lie, it might become the truth. That's what you said earlier, Fuyuhiko.
Don't tell me. You mean...
The Neo World program isn't just any game. It's next-gen software containing the ultimate reality. And speaking of that reality, if a player's avatar experiences death, their brains inside their actual bodies will stop functioning too!
What?
Then, everyone who died...
It's not like their bodies are completely dead, so I can't say it's a true death, but that's why it's actually crueler instead. All that's left of them are empty husks.
Oh man, that's messed up. This game actually released the same year as the SAO anime aired. Wow.
Are you saying they will never awaken again?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, nobody's gonna appreciate a game where you don't die when you're supposed to, right?
What game? That's not what we risked our lives for.
If you want to be mad, please be mad at the Future Foundation. They're forcing you to play this game.
Future Foundation? The people from the Future Foundation made us play this sick game? Everything was their doing?
Time to defend the Future Foundation.
Then Monomi and Chiaki were...
They betrayed the Future Foundation to protect us. And then... we were taken out.
I see. So our real enemy is the Future Foundation.
The Future Foundation is our real enemy? Is that it? Is that really it?
The Neo World program was developed by... the Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation. I mean, a group that would make a killing game. There's no way they're...
Hope cultivation plan. What's that? No, that's not it.
good guys. Then the Future Foundation is truly an organization of evil.
Definitely not that one.
The Neo World program was developed by the Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Found.
Killing school life. What's that one say? No, that's not it.
Nation. I mean, a group that.
Minutes of Despair. No.
Would make a killing game. There's no way they're good guys.
Oh wait, the Killing Game. The Remnants of
And the
Despair.
Future
Oh wait,
Foundation
no.
Surely an organization of evil.
Killing School Life. Let's try that.
The Neo World program was the Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation. I mean, a group that would make a killing game.
Dang it. It's definitely Killing Game. No, it's not that. It's not that. What's the other ones?
Crap! The Neo World program was developed by
It's
the Future
Despair.
Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here.
Let's try the Remnants of
It's all the
Despair on
Future
that one.
Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation. I mean, a group that would make a killing game.
Dang it! Why is this so hard for me? I've never had this much trouble with the mysteries in the past.
Crap! The Neo World program was developed by the
I don't think it's the Academy's founder. Yeah, that's not it.
Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation. I mean, a group that would make a killing game.
No, that's not the one I wanted.
Crap! The Neo World program was developed by
This is the one I wanted. I just saw Tragedy and was like, yeah, that's it.
the Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation. I mean, a group that would make a killing game.
Modern day Robin, what am I trying to prove? That it wasn't. I'm trying to prove that it wasn't the Future Foundation who came up with the game. The Killing Game.
Crap!
I'm overthinking it.
The Neo World
What is the
program
Future
was
Foundation's
developed
goal?
by The Future Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here.
Is it just the Oh my God! Is it just the Neo World program?
Doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation. I mean,
A group that would make it. No, that's wrong.
It sucks.
Originally, in the world created by the Neo World program, A concept like violence never existed.
Yeah, sometimes I get in my head, it's like, oh, they won't reuse evidence. I don't know why I think that sometimes, because it's absolutely not the case.
Then why is there killing going on?
The virus that invaded this program is forcing us to kill each other.
Could it be that virus is...
You're right. Until Monokuma appeared, this island was giving off a really peaceful vibe.
Yeah. It didn't get weird until Usami was remodeled as Monami.
Monami, what sort of role did such a lost girl like her have in this world?
All right. That will have to be our save point. Could be Ace Attorney and 6 kicking by accident. It's possible. Oh boy, there's certainly a lot. I have my theory. I think my theory is kind of spot on, but we'll see how it all develops. But man, that was a lot of interesting lore. Keeping track of it all is certainly rough, but we managed it. And yeah, by the way you guys all talk, next time should be the finale of the main story. Of course, we want to see more of the characters, since we did less than 20. Whew. I have no idea what this is going to fully end up going. That's for sure. But it's nice to see the other characters that made it out in the first game actually did all right for themselves. That's nice to know. They didn't get just slaughtered as soon as they went out there. Whew. Okay. I will do my best to remember it all. Also helps that I, when we get closer to this, the day I rewatch Game Grumps play, so I get a sense of what I get refreshed through that, because it's been entertaining seeing their reactions as well. Well, Dan's reactions. Aaron is past the point of caring. Either way, though, that will be it for now. Crazy stream for sure. So many mysteries that we still have left to solve, that's for sure. So I'm curious where that's all going to go. I have an idea of how they're going to kind of end up here and there, but yeah, we'll see what that ends up in the long run. Otherwise, of course, we'll be back tomorrow for more Zack and Wiki as we get closer to the end of that game, and then on Wednesday is more Shadowbringers, as we should be actually starting Shadowbringers itself that stream, because there's only like 5 or 8 chapters left to go before missions left to go. So theoretically, we should at least get to Shadowbringers by the end of that stream. So pretty exciting there. Yeah, we're getting close to finishing a lot of games. And just as a reminder, even though it's not next on the list, because it is October, and we'll be finishing up. I like to do at least one Halloween game during the year. I usually pull from our list and just bump it up a bit. And the next one available is Alan Wake. So we're going to be playing Alan Wake after Zack and Wiki, and then get to the next one in the row. I'm sorry that keeps getting put off. It's just the timing of things. But we will get to it. And fortunately, it's in the short games list, so it's not as bad. So we'll see how that all goes. You know what? I think that raid message, depending on who we raid, we'll see. Let's see. Momo Pokemon is playing Final Fantasy VI. Phenomon is playing Bloodborne. Crimson A, which is Sonic Joe's suggestion. Is playing Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Any preferences? Later Heroes Live. Final Fantasy VI, Bloodborne, and Rift Apart. When is Nier going to be played? As soon as we finish Danganronpa. So, because I said before that because we didn't do since if we went under 20 sessions, then I would do an extra session of me experiencing all the characters' backstories, which I feel is kind of worth it. And go from there. I'm seeing a lot of Final Fantasy VI, so we'll do Final Fantasy VI. Sorry about that, Sonic Joe. And we'll do It's a Game. So we'll do that. All right. Got that. Start that raid up. And yes, once again, thank you all so much for just your continued support. You're enjoying this with me. I'm very curious where this is all going up, so look forward to the finale of the main story anyway, next Sunday. And of course, if you're here enjoy Zack and Wiki as well, we'll be doing that tomorrow at the usual time. So until then, everyone, hope you have a great week. Take care. And until then, bye.